Before I give you those 3 discipline techniques, I want to make sure you understand that every action you take can only either strengthen your discipline or weaken you. There is no middle ground. That's how the universe works. You're always either moving forward or moving backwards. It's harsh, I know, but accepting this reality will give you even more reason to take the discipline course and will lower your tendency to take the weaker route or the path of least resistance. Okay, here are the 3 powerful discipline techniques which I use to guarantee I maintain my whopping 25-pound weight loss on a 5-foot frame despite struggling all my life with fat kid genetics. Number 1, focus on the moment. Oftentimes we lose our discipline because we are thinking that even if I take a discipline action now and refrain from eating what I really want, it won't matter because I will probably give in the next hour or so. Therefore, what's the point? This thought will inevitably strengthen the weak mind muscles. And once you accept that thought, you're done. Not only did you miss a chance to strengthen your disciplined mind, but worse, you ended up strengthening the complete opposite pathway in your brain. For that reason, once you have that thought, you need to look at it as a weak mind thought, and you need to give yourself props for rejecting it. The simple act of rejecting this thought automatically just strengthens your disciplined mind, similarly to how lifting a dumbbell automatically strengthened your biceps muscle. Congratulations on your first disciplined mind workout. Not only will rejecting that thought automatically make you stronger and less likely to succumb to weakness the next time, but you have good reason to reject that thought. You have no idea what will happen the rest of the day or tomorrow or the next week. There are so many variables that can affect whether or not you get cravings in the future and whether or not you choose to be disciplined or weak in those moments. So choosing to be weak in the moment because of the chance you might be weak in the future simply makes no sense and is factually incorrect. Number 2, space out a binge. If you have already prepared or bought foods for a binge that you're just going to engage in, space out those calories. If after some calories in, you have felt some clearing of your mind or some uplifting of your mood, which often happens, consider spacing out the rest of the food throughout the day as opposed to forcing yourself to eat it all in that sitting. Normally, if I felt relatively fine midway through a binge, the thought of not eating the rest of the tempting foods crosses my mind, followed by a feeling of anxiety and a resistance to this potentially superhuman act of discipline. Don't let this anxiety of missing out on this little window in which you've allowed yourself to eat addictive, delicious food prevent you from doing the next best thing, which is spacing out the binge. Because if you just say to yourself that I'm going to take advantage of this little time period where I've suspended my conscience, you will end up eating all those calories, but you might get hungry or get cravings again in the following hours. What are you going to do then? So the disciplined thing to do here is to do the next best thing, which is keep the other binge-worthy foods and give yourself permission to eat them in the following hours when the hunger and inevitable cravings hit. This might sound crazy to you, but getting this small win is more powerful than you think in terms of long-term consequences. Number 3, high volume, low calorie foods. Now, you can get even better results by binging on voluminous, low calorie foods such as popcorn or a huge salad that you can make into a delicious treat by drizzling a low calorie but sweet tasting salad dressing such as light Italian seasoning or Mary's balsamic vinaigrette. So if a binge is bound to happen, at least fill your stomach up first with voluminous, low calorie foods such as popcorn. I love the buttery flavored Skinny Girl brand. You can always follow that up with some dessert or something that you really love that is the worst in terms of macros and calorie content. You will find that you can cut the calories ingested in that binge episode by at least a half. You will need to exert some discipline here to at least start with popcorn, and that will strengthen your disciplined mind muscles yet again, similarly to how a biceps curl strengthens your biceps muscles. Number 4, high protein foods. Similarly to the previous point, if you use some discipline to choose higher protein foods during that binge, you will feel fuller faster and you will physically won't be able to eat the rest of the calories that you wanted. Examples of high protein foods are Halo Top and Eat and Lighten ice creams, Atkins bars, Quest bars, or even cottage cheese sprinkled with sugar-free sweetener. You don't have to just eat those foods, as it might require a lot more discipline on your end to resist going all out on a high-carb pizza and cake, so you can mix and match. For example, you can eat a vanilla bean Eat Enlightened ice cream that is just 300 calories but has 21 grams of protein in it, topped with some mini Oreo cookies. That way, at least some of the foods are providing you with protein, which will inevitably cut down on the total amount of calories ingested in that binge session. If you love these techniques, you might enjoy taking my 1-hour online video course on the topic of discipline. It costs the price of a Starbucks, and it is jam-packed with additional resources to give you even more of an unfair advantage in the discipline department. This is what one of my students had to say. The best training I've ever had on discipline and personal development. So much hardcore, time-tested, scientifically proven principles packed into this course. No need for any personal development book or course after taking this course. You just need to execute on her ideas and success is guaranteed. Another student wrote, I have never taken such a short course, always thinking of how much value a tutor could possibly give. I was mistaken. This course by Dr. Sarah Zaldivar is top-notch. 30 minutes is more than enough to convey the idea and change anyone's life. No other course or book will make you rich and happy. You gotta do it yourself. Remember that the single best predictor for success in any area of life is discipline. With the modern human getting increasingly physically and mentally weaker because of the modern day conveniences, trigger warnings, and political correctness, if you have any ability at all to do something when you just don't feel like it, in other words, if you have an iota of discipline, you will succeed more easily in your life. I am dedicating this channel to weight loss, fitness, and mindset tools. So if you want more of this kind of juicy content, make sure you're subscribed. Also, hit that notification bell so YouTube alerts you the very next time I post a new video. And if you want me to film additional videos on discipline techniques and binge eating tools to help you get as fit and healthy as you want to be, make sure you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.